Fresh from the showcase here at Swiss Watch Expo, we are talking about a couple of fantastic ladies' watches from Patek Philippe. These are the Nautilus ladies' watch, reference 7010, and we just love these watches. When you look at the Patek Philippe Nautilus, it's probably the most desirable watch there is in the watch world right now. That name Nautilus just evokes so much emotion from people. They immediately crave this watch, and as soon as we put one up on the website, it gets lots of attention. You're probably more familiar with the Nautilus reference 5711 and 5712, but this one would be such a great addition to a woman's watch collection because it's a good size at 32 millimeter. When you look at the history of the Nautilus, it was designed in the 1970s by the renowned designer Gerald Genta, who had previously just done the Royal Oak for Audemars Piguet a couple of years earlier. And the idea behind both of these watches was that you could have a sporty watch that had the same kind of fine materials, craftsmanship, and finishing as the higher end watches. So that is definitely what you see with these. If you think about the ladies' dress watches of yesteryear, they were really tiny. They were often on really tiny bracelets, so they looked like a piece of jewelry that happened to tell time. These are more of a mid-size. They're 32 millimeters square. And it's definitely a watch that a woman could wear on a day-to-day basis. You're wearing a really fine piece of watchmaking and a beautiful piece of jewelry, but because it's on a leather strap and because of the size that it is, it tones it down a bit, makes it a little bit more casual where you could wear it every day and not worry about it at all. The watches here are reference 7010, and in keeping with the Patek Philippe naming conventions, the white gold one is 7010G, which stands for the French word that means white. And the rose gold one on the right is a 7010R, which is what all of the rose gold Patek Philippe watches are listed as. If you ever found a yellow gold one, it would be 7010J, again, the French word for yellow. So that's what those letters mean if you ever wondered about Patek Philippe and how their naming nomenclature works. But these watches, they have this classic Nautilus look with this sort of softened, rounded octagon for the bezel. It doesn't have the big bolt heads showing through that you see on the Royal Oak. So it's a little more sophisticated looking, a little more feminine. They're also a lot thinner. When you look at the side view, compare that to a Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. It's a much thinner watch, easier to wear on a day-to-day basis, and just beautiful. The dials on these are both considered an opaline silver dial. They're handmade just like everything at Patek Philippe is, absolutely gorgeous. The diamond work that they do, you can see here in the video that the amount of scintillation and sparkle that you see from these is just really, really beautiful. It's something that any woman would appreciate on a day-to-day basis. They're each set with 46 diamonds. They total about 3/4 of a carat, and Patek Philippe is different from some of the other watch companies out there. They actually tell you what the quality grade of their diamonds is. They're full cut 58 facet diamonds. They're beautifully set. They're D through G color, so they're colorless to the top of near colorless, but they insist on using IF, which is internally flawless diamonds. Really incredible that they do that they use that level. These watches are both quartz movements, and one of the things I really like about them is the buckle. You can see here it actually says Nautilus on the buckle, and it's a double deployant, so when you open it up, it folds open. The wear of opening and closing it is on the gold and not on the leather, so it'll make your straps last a lot longer. It also removes that sort of ugly part of the strap going through the buckle that you see on a traditional Tang buckle, so that you don't see that wear. Much better design. Either one of these would be a beautiful addition for any lady. If you notice on the dial, they are interesting compared to more dressy watches. These shows that they are a little more sport oriented. The hands are filled with lume, and so are the hour markers. It's a little more prominent on the white gold one because they're sort of outlined in black, but on the yellow gold one, rose gold one here, you can see that the markers in the hands are rose gold filled with lume. It's a little bit softer look than on the white gold one where it's a little bit more high contrast. But if there's any sort of legibility issues, the white gold one will really give a high contrast and easy to read. Either one would be a great choice. We've got them in stock right here at Swiss Watch Expo. Go to our website, SwissWatchExpo.com. You can mouse over women or ladies and then click on Patek Philippe to see all of the ladies' Pateks that we have in stock. Hit the bell, like it, give us some comments, and give us a call. Ask us about what we've got in stock and what we would recommend for your lady. SwissWatchExpo.com.